Hi, in this video I want to show you how to be successful with black against the English opening. I will cover main lines, main move orders to bring you to the solid position after the English opening with black and to be able to beat this English opening. My name is Pavel Martinov. I welcome you to my YouTube channel and let's start our theoretical issue that will be 100% good for you. After c4, you can start with e5 immediately, or you can go with the knight f6. The idea of white is that after knight c3, if you, for example, playing Nimzo, e6, white can go to the lines with e4, and that is like no Nimzo Indian, like d4, bishop b4. So you can push here e5, just because you forced white's knight to come to c3. But again, we can start with the e5, knight c3 anyway is the main line, knight f6, and here if white will do g3 after bishop b4, we will see that that will be the transpose to our main line. So let's focus on knight f3, and here knight c6 is the main move. So it's kind of a main position of English opening. By the way, if you want to start with the gambit lines e4 here, you can find a video on my channel about this stockfish gambit after e4. So knight c6 is our topic of the issue, and here white basically has two plans. The first one is to put the pawn to g3, and the second one is to put the pawn on e3. Let's go detail to the both of them. For example, like e3 is like, I can't say side plan, but basically the main is g3. Bishop b4, our idea, and we want to go bishop takes c3. We want to destroy the pawn structure, and after do the castle and receive a pretty nice position, because in the close type of the structures, the knights are not bad. So if white will go knight d5, we can do e4 here, for example. The position can be like knight g1, castle, a3, bishop d6, queen c2 here, b6. I want to push my bishop to b7. I blocked c5 ideas of white, so it's really playable. So after bishop b4, the main line is queen c2, and we can still capture on c3. The idea that after queen c3 we are going queen e7 to protect the pawn on e5, and basically we are looking to play d5, because after c d5, knight d5, we will gain a tempo on the white's queen on c3. Let's see, for example, a3, a5, just to prevent the idea of b4 from white, b3, then d5. It's hard to find the nice place to the bishop on c1, so that's why to put him on b2 is very logical for white. Takes, queen c2, e4, using that d3 is not played. Knight g1 castle, this position is without the troubles for black, so you can play it, you can put it into repertoire. Let's go back to the move 4 and speak about the g3 immediately. So after g3, two moves black have. The first one is bishop b4, is the main topic of our issue, and the second one is the knight d4 move. That's the idea that Nakamura using a lot in his games. The point of this move that to take on e5 is too dangerous. I will go queen e7, and if, for example, knight d3, I will go knight f3, funny checkmate even. So the main is f4, but after d6, knight d3 is forced, bishop f5, black wants to go castle long, and definitely they have a strong compensation for the pawn. We want to take on d3, so king f2 will be pretty forced. It's like you need to be a lover of the extra material to play this with white. Basically, I don't want to play this with white. So after knight d4, the main line is bishop g2, and black's idea that they want to trade these knights and play pretty in the same style, like for example castle, d3, c6, probably black will push d5, probably d6, they want to see a3, bishop e7. Again, this position is very playable, you can use this idea as well. Going back, bishop b4 on the move 4, it's our main issue as I told, bishop g2, castle, and here like the old line is e4, knight g5, takes, rook e8, so I want to go basically h6, so white needs to do something active like for example f3. The e3 here is a very old variation that was played in the Karpov-Kasparov matches, you can see, and some kind of a main position according to the database here is like this, d3, knight f5, very complicated. White has a pair of bishops, looks like a strong center, but at the same time black has a counterplay because the center can be also weak and black can treat the center. If you like these positions, okay, you can still play this with black. Mostly, I prefer to play rook e8 in this position. My strategical idea that I want to save the f8 square to the bishop, and basically that is the main. So white needs to go knight d5. Other way, it's really hard to imagine how they will play for the advantage. Bishop f8, saving the bishop. d3, bishop g5, white's next move, so that's why h6. For example, bishop d2, d6. Like bishop c3 or rook c1, we're going a5. It's a very, very close type of the position, complicated one. Black has their own ideas. Maybe they will go a4, a3 in the future to gain some counterplay. The bishops of white are unlocked for the moment, and this is the position for the free results. Practically, we need to basically have more experience in this position. I recommend you to try, the plan of a4, a3. Maybe you will find something interesting by your own as well, but at least you received a nice position, very solid, after the English opening. I hope that my guide to the English opening was useful for you. Don't forget to press like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's learn chess together.